From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story, heavy rains have left a lot of people with problems from high water.
That's right. Ryan Grimes has details in this report.
Rains have been contributing towards flooding in the interior, particularly along Fairbanks and North Pole.
Overnight locally, we had a lot of runoff from the heavy rain, so a lot of the small streams and creeks and drainages around Fairbanks and North Pole. And then in the urban area here in town in North Pole, we saw a lot of water get ponded, a lot of runoff.
Plum says that the worst of the flooding is located along the Chena River next to 30-mile Chena Hot Springs Road. The National Weather Service has put up a flood warning for the upper Tanana Valley from now until Saturday afternoon.
We have some bigger issues on some of the larger rivers, the upper Chena, the Little Chena River, and the Chattanooga River. And we also have flood warnings and advisories out for further north up on Birch Creek and on Beaver Creek. And we do still have flood advisories out for the Salcha River, but we're expecting the water to be much lower than we originally thought, because that heavy rain is now fell further west and not over the Salcha Basin or the Goodpaster Basin.
The recent weather has also been breaking records in Fairbanks thanks to heavy rainfall over the past 3 days.
In June, Fairbanks Airport measured 3.56 inches of rain, and that is the wettest June in almost 110 years of weather records in Fairbanks.
They say that the rain should be drying up just in time for the 4th of July weekend.
And maybe just have just a few showers around and not widespread heavy rainfall, and much warmer temperatures this weekend too. But we just want to make sure people are aware the rivers are going to remain high into the weekend, and so a lot of the gravel bars will stay covered.
This is Ryan Grimes reporting.
Discussion on potential safety improvements to the Badger Road corridor continued Tuesday night following a meeting with Alaska Department of Transportation officials and the Interior delegation to the state legislature. A group of Badger Road residents met at North Pole City Hall. Jamie Schwartzwald has more.
This is a residential area with numerous houses, churches, businesses, schools, and yet the speed limit is still 55 miles an hour.
Stephen Shack and his wife Rachel faced a parent's worst nightmare when they laid to rest their 18-year-old daughter Elizabeth, who died as a result of a motor vehicle accident at the intersection of Badger and Bradway Roads on June 4th of this year. The Shacks, along with a group of about 25 concerned citizens, have been speaking out, requesting safety improvements along Badger Road. Shack says he favors traffic circles at what he calls several dangerous intersections on Badger.
People don't slow down. In wintertime, they're still doing 55 miles an hour or more going through there.
At Tuesday afternoon's meeting with DOT and legislative officials, it was learned that Badger Road does not meet requirements for the federally funded Highway Safety Improvement Program.
Badger Road just doesn't rise to the level of what we would designate as a safety corridor. The traffic volumes and the accident rates just aren't there.
I kind of disagree with their numbers and their statistical data that they had. If it could prevent one death, it's a success.
Shack says an acceptable short-term solution would be to drop the speed limit on Badger Road in the vicinity of the more busy intersections, Bradway, PD, Nordale, and Plaque Roads. Commissioner Kemp says this is within the department's purview and that he'd like to see something happen quickly. Senator Pete Kelly suggested the use of speed limit signs that display vehicle speeds as a potential enforcement tool should the speed limit be reduced in those areas. Badger Road runs through much of Senator John Coghill's district. He's prepared to seek state dollars to fund safety improvements on Badger.
It's a challenge, a growing area, and it's growing pains, but it's a real safety issue.
What I would like to see happen is a traffic circle, but I know that can take years. My wife and I are going to continue to fight for that, but if they can do something in the interim to slow the traffic down, at least through those intersections, any change is going to help.
Jamie Schwartzwald, News Center 11.
A few weeks ago, we told you about an anonymous Twitter user who was using the social media site to spread the message of paying it forward. Now, I talked to the owners of the account and have more about Alaska Hidden Cash.
For weeks now, Fairbanksans have been following user AK Hidden Cash, wondering who is this mysterious person leaving cash and asking people to pay it forward. Today, one of the benefactors behind the account finally is stepping out from the shadows. And you might recognize him, or at least his voice.
Alaska's New Country, Wild 94.3. Thank you so much for waking up on the wild side. I'm VMAX. I'll be here till 10, and today we got a special surprise coming up for you.
That's right. Popular radio personality VMAX says he saw an idea in another state and thought it would be a great way to see how folks around the city would pay it forward. So he took it to his manager, Perry, and they decided to first try it out anonymously.
We wanted to find out if people would first pay it forward and how many charities they would take it to and how many people would actually do it and send in the pictures and things like that.
After the word got out, the account has had a lot of activity, and people were trying to find out who this user was. For VMAX, it hasn't been easy to keep this secret.
The hardest part has been keeping it a secret because I'm a radio guy and I got a big mouth, so it's hard to keep a secret. But it's been great because we didn't know what we were going to get, but I mean from day one the people overwhelmingly are taking the pay it forward part to a whole new level.
So now that the cat's out of the bag, if you're wondering what's next for Alaska Hidden Cash, he says the best is yet to come.
Well, we're going to keep doing it this week, and so keep watching the Twitter feed. And then next week, we're going to announce on Twitter and here on Wild 94.3 how we're going to step it up a little bit. And it's going to be more money, more charities, and more local interaction.
Make sure you log on to Twitter and enter Alaska Hidden Cash to follow the account. I'm Stephanie Woodard, reporting.
All right, nice piece.
Cat's out of the bag. Yeah. It's VMAX tricking us all.
Very good. When we come back, we have your weekly military report.
Also, we check in with the folks at Pioneer Park. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Fbx Evening News. The E-3 Century, or AWACS plane, was one of those taking part in the Red Flag exercise at Eielson Air Force Base this summer. Monty Bowen has more about that aircraft in this week's military report.
AWACS stands for Airborne Warning and Control System. The aircraft stands out because of the large dish-looking object on top of it.
So we brought the E-3 aircraft here from Kadena. We're part of the 961st Airborne Air Control Squadron. The aircraft is the AWACS, and so it's primarily a C2 or a command and control platform.
It provides all-weather surveillance, command, control, and communications.
And basically what we do is provide a good picture of what's in the air to all of our other airborne assets.
The AWAC was used in the second edition of Red Flag this summer. It's a good opportunity for different units to learn how to best work together.
It's important primarily because it's a good training opportunity. It gives us the opportunity to train with our other assets that we would normally work with, as well as our coalition partners that are here, in this case Japan and Australia.
They note during the training what works well and what doesn't, and use the lessons learned for future operations. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Military Report is brought to you by Stanley Nissan. Innovation for all.
All right, it's time once again to check in with our friends at Pioneer Park. This week it's all about Independence Day.
Today we're talking all about the 4th of July festivities happening inside the park. There's going to be numerous things for you and your family to do, and we're here with Park Manager Jason Avery. Hey, Jason.
Good to see you.
So tell us what's cracking here on the 4th of July.
Well, we're really excited. You know, the 4th of July is one of our biggest events of the year here at Pioneer Park. We're going to get things started at 11 o'clock with the 9th Army Band. We've got a ceremony up on the riverboat in Nenana at noon, as well as entertainment throughout the day. We've got just numerous performers. At 2:30, we're going to have a kids parade that starts at Moore Street, and we're asking kids to come most patriotic dressed, as well as decorated wagon. We're going to be giving out prizes for that.
And also there's going to be representatives from the United States Army and the Air Force, right?
Absolutely. We also have Mayor Eberhardt here and Representative Kawasaki giving speeches up on the riverboat.
Great, thanks, Jason. So I am here with both representatives from the Army and the Air Force who come out each year to make this event great and show community support. Let's start with Major Maddox from the United States Army Alaska. Tell me what we can expect from you guys this year.
Well, this is our biggest community relations event of the year. We have numerous soldiers as well as airmen from Eielson Air Force Base getting together to do a salute to the 50 states as well as celebrating the birthday and independence of our nation.
Great, that's something that everybody looks forward to. And tell me, what does it feel like as the Air Force representative to come out every year and show your support for this community of Fairbanks?
Just a great chance for us to work with Fort Wainwright and show our support for the community and celebrate our Independence Day.
Great, that's something that everybody looks forward to. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of you guys there that day. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Today's vendor spotlight is the Bag Ladies, offering espresso, soups, and Alaskan-themed gifts and souvenirs.
So make sure you come on down and check out all the festivities to celebrate Independence Day, the 4th of July, this Friday here at the park. It's an annual event that everybody enjoys, so come on out with your fellow community members and both branches of the military, because that's what's happening this week at Pioneer Park.
That's dedication to Pioneer Park. I was standing out in the rain for quite a while.
Yeah, good job.
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
Very well, Joe, with sports.
Yeah, you know, it's an important month of the year. The most important month of the year, July.
Why?
Because it's my birthday month.
I knew you. I was
my
thinking
birthday month
you were gonna say that.
Yes.
July 20th for me,
But
in case you wanted to.
dog
These
mushing
two.
to talk about in July. The Iditarod, you know, they had an interesting group of signers sign up first over the weekend, so we'll see who they are. Plus, Ananic won a national title despite broken equipment.
Wow.
Yeah.
What sport is this we're talking about?
Find out next after the break. Hello, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here in the sports seat for you this evening. Let's get you over the hump with sports. Rising senior in Alaska Nanook rifleman Ryan Anderson can now be called MacGyver. Anderson had a broken rifle but still won a national title. Anderson just finished competing in the World Cups in Europe before going to Fort Benning, Georgia for the USA Shooting Rifle Pistol National Championships last week. His gun was damaged in Europe, but it was repaired in time for shooting in Fort Benning. Whatever he did, it worked. Anderson won the national title in the Open Division men's 10-meter air rifle event. He beat out Connor Davis, Kentucky's reigning NCAA national champion, by 0.6 of a point. Talk about duct tape. After 2 days of shooting, Anderson placed third in the individual final, which gave him a 1251.6 total score, which was just good enough for the win as Davis finished 8th in the final. Anderson also placed 9th in the 50-meter three position and 7th in 50-meter prone. He's qualified for the World Championships this September in Granada, Spain. 3 other Nanooks will be at Worlds in Spain with Anderson. Rising juniors Tim Cherry will shoot 3-position prone and air. Lorelei Stanfield qualified for prone and 3 position. And redshirt freshman Sagan Madalena qualified for the air rifle shooting competition. She shot the highest score on day 2 and finished 6th in the individual final for Benning to punch her ticket to Spain. The ISSF World Championships are September 6th through 20th in Granada, Spain. It may be summertime, but dog mushing teams and kennels are preparing for the winter's dog mushing season, which includes the big one, the Iditarod. Saturday in Wasilla was the opening day of signups for the 43rd Iditarod. 16 mushers signed up, including 4-time winner Lance Mackey, who returns after not mushing last year. Martin Boozer and Jeff King, 2 other 4-time winners, signed up as well as defending champion Dallas Seavey and 3-time runner-up Allie Zirkle. Her husband, Alan Moore, the reigning back-to-back Yukon Quest winner, is in the field as well. Hugh Neff signed up, Fairbanks' Ken Anderson, and 14 rookies were among the first entries. Laura Alloway of Fairbanks and Cindy Abbott from Irvine, California were 2 of the 14 rookies to sign up. The Super Bowl of dog mushing starts on March 7th, 2015. The Alaska Gold Panthers are on their way to Anchorage today for a 6-game road trip. Tomorrow night, they will face the Anchorage Bucks in the series finale of their 5-gamer. The series is tied 2-2 after the Gold Panthers had a come-from-behind 5-4 victory on Monday night. After that game, Alaska will play the Chugach Chinooks for a 3-game series and the Matsoon Miners for 2 games. This will be the first meeting between the Chinooks and Miners this summer. Orange Coast College sophomore Cody Nolf is leading the Panthers, hitting .385, which is 5th in the ABL, as well as his 15 ribbies. Jacob Hayes out of Indiana State University has 16 RBIs and 3 home runs, which are ranked 3rd in the league. On the mound, Joel Belk from Azusa Pacific University is tops in the league with 34 strikeouts. He has 3 wins, which are tied for 3rd. Belk is 3-0 on the year with a 4.01 ERA in 6 games. And San Jose State's Jace Puckett also has 3 wins as a Panthers pitcher. Alaska's 8-2 in their last 10 games. And that's an ABL best. They're 12-5 overall, but 2-4 in league play and last in the American League of the ABL. The Panthers, however, are just 3.5 games out of the first-place Bucks and 2.5 behind the Peninsula Oilers. Well, the nation may still be wondering what if, after yesterday's loss to Belgium in the World Cup, the 2-1 loss in extra time to Belgium eliminated the U.S. from the tournament. But we were left with a sense that our team is definitely getting better and show potential. U.S. goalie Tim Howard was the star of the game despite the loss. He made 16 saves against Belgium. It's the most in a World Cup game since 1966. This was Team USA's 10th World Cup appearance and the second time in a row that they've been able to emerge from the group phase. America beat the odds by getting out of the group of death, which featured World Cup favorite Germany, World Cup nemesis Ghana, and Portugal. Head coach Jurgen Klinsmann believes his team can win a World Cup, but they'll have to improve mentally in order to get to the next level.
I think it's a mentality topic, that we have to kind of break through in a certain way, because the interesting part is every time we go down a goal, we'll shift it up, then we suddenly build the pressure higher up, and we give them the real game. There's still this sense of too much respect often. That's why I try to play many friendly games against European teams to kind of yes, you respect your opponent, but to leave then that respect off the field and go and give them the real games.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into the Fbx Evening News. Time to take a look at the weather once again. Mike Schultz with you. And the rains are finally coming to an end. We're looking at maybe some isolated showers tomorrow, but after that, the July 4th weekend looks fantastic. Temperatures near 80 every day, and nothing but lots of sunshine, so things look pretty good after all the rain we've had. Photograph night. This is a magnificent photograph sent in by Cheryl Dawkin. She was at Lake Louise and captured this magnificent, like I said, sunset. And again, you can see a beautiful photograph here, and Lake Louise is spelled L-O-U-I-S-E, in case you're wondering. If you have a photograph, by all means, send it to ktvf11.com, and we'll share it with the rest of the audience. Okay, here's your numbers right now at the airport. 64 after a high of 66. A low last night, 54, record high in 1986, record low in 1924. Sunrise and sunset, 21 hours and 17 minutes, and that's a loss of 4 minutes from yesterday. Okay, here comes all your information. Our rainfall totals. Esther had almost 4.5 inches of rain. Two Rivers, not quite 4 inches. The same for University West and the Fairbanks Airport. Not quite 3.5 inches of rain, while Salsa checked in with 2.93 inches of rain. And as far as your weather warnings, watches, and advisories, there's all your flood warnings, the Chattanooga River, the Little Chena River, and the Upper Chena River, and the flood watch in for the Tanana River through Saturday morning, with a flood advisory for Beaver Creek from till about 7 a.m. Friday. So there it is. It's all worn out there in black and white for you, basically. Here's your radar and satellite. You can see the rain that was moving across us is over here down to the west, and it's trying to work its way back in, but for the most part, it's going to be moving to the north, and we're not looking at anything else after that. What else is going on across the rest of the state? It looks this way. Some fog around the Seward Peninsula area, some showers still around Juneau, partly cloudy skies across the Gulf of Alaska, and cloudy skies up on the North Slope. 50 degrees at Barrow, not too bad. Fort Yukon, cloudy and 63. Lower 48 weather, more storms rumbling across the Texas Panhandle, and then more exploding in the afternoon heating around the Denver area. But the big news, of course, today is Tropical Storm Arthur, which is expected to become a full-fledged hurricane by tomorrow. And winds gusting to over 80 miles an hour, so that puts it into the Hurricane 1 status. And the overall outlook for this weekend is calling for the jet stream to be well to the north, which means lots of warm air over the entire country for the most part, and very humid over the eastern half of the country. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. In the northern sections, rain showers are expected at Barrow, cloudy skies in Nome, and also at Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, we'll be looking at, for the most part, cloudy skies, isolated showers or thunderstorms for Healy, Delta Junction, and Fairbanks, very widely scattered. In the southeastern sections, we'll be looking at scattered showers for both Ketchikan and Juneau. While over the southwest part of the state, it looks like mostly cloudy skies for Cold Bay and Bethel, and mostly sunny skies at Kodiak. And if you're heading on down the Anchorage Bowl, we're looking at, for the most part, decreasing clouds for Anchorage, mostly sunny skies for Valdez and Homer. So our forecast for the remainder of the night looks like this: cloudy skies, a few lingering showers, 53 degrees the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast getting better, mostly cloudy, just some isolated showers or thunderstorms, 74 degrees. And then the good news is on July 4th, as you can see, fireworks. So if you can see, you'll be lucky to see them. But anyway, we're looking at temperatures right around 80 degrees each day for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And no rain expected until Tuesday of next week at the earliest. But overnight lows will also be nice in the mid-50s. I thought I put the fireworks on there. Even though you can't see them.
Didn't you hear me saying, ooh?
Yeah, I know that.
So my birthday month.
Make sure you're going to be able to see them.
So my birthday month brings in the summer.
Sure.
70s, 80s.
And also brings in floods. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, July, no crazy rainfall totals. So.
Okay.
No. Things are getting better though, guys. A lot better.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
And tonight on NBC Nightly News, 12 are hurt and 5 critical in Philadelphia as Philadelphia truck explosion there. That's next with Brian Williams.
All right, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
We're going to leave you tonight with the video of the rising Chena River. From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night. See you back here at 11.